خلال عمليات الحرب الحالية على غزة تعرضت 36 مدرسة وجامعة يدعمها برنامج الفخورة للتدمير الكامل أو الجزئي.
In a world overshadowed by turmoil, Sheikha Moza bint Nasser emerges as a beacon of hope, challenging injustices and advocating for change. Recently, she condemned Israel's attacks on Gaza, denouncing them as violations of international law. Meanwhile, activists look to an unexpected ally in their efforts to free hostages, Moza bint Nasser, the influential mother of Qatar's emir. Join us as we explore the controversy surrounding activists' reliance on Sheikha Moza and delve into her support for Gaza and what it signifies for Qatar's future. Imagine a story of resilience and determination that spans continents and defies odds. Meet Sheikha Moza bint Nasser, a woman whose journey from exile to eminence is nothing short of captivating. Forced to leave her homeland of Qatar due to her father's activism, she found herself in Kuwait, where fate had grander plans in store. While pursuing her studies at Qatar University, she crossed paths with Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani, Qatar's former emir, igniting a partnership that would change the course of history. Their union in 1977 laid the foundation for Sheikha Moza's remarkable ascent to global prominence. Fast forward to 1995, when Hamad's audacious move to seize control of Qatar sent shockwaves around the world. Legend has it that he made a daring call to his father from a Zurich hotel, declaring, "Dad, I'm taking over," before freezing his assets. This pivotal moment marked a turning point not just for Qatar, but also for Sheikha Moza, propelling her onto the global stage as a beacon of strength and leadership. What stands out is how Hamad's term was punctuated by controversial judgments. He made headlines as the first international leader to visit Gaza after Hamas seized power, a move that rippled throughout geopolitical circles. Today, Sheikha Moza, a key figure in the Qatari royal family, stands out as one of its most influential members. As the co-founder and chairman of the Qatar Foundation, one of the world's wealthiest organizations, her actions resonate globally. Despite Qatar's support for groups like the Muslim Brotherhood and Hamas, Sheikha Moza leverages economic ventures and strategic philanthropy to foster strong ties with the United States and other Western nations. She champions causes such as education and humanitarian aid, leading initiatives like Education for All to provide schooling for impoverished children worldwide. Formerly UNESCO's special envoy, Sheikha Moza's public presence extends beyond advocacy to include her renowned fashion sense, blending haute couture with Islamic modesty, earning her recognition as a style icon on international best-dressed lists. In November 2023, Emin Erdogan hosted a historic summit in Istanbul's vibrant center, uniting First Ladies worldwide under the theme, United for Peace in Palestine. Together, they aim to halt Israel's ongoing attacks on Gaza, sparking hope for lasting peace and justice. Sheikha Moza bint Nasser, among others, expressed grave concern for displaced Palestinians and condemned Israel's bombings of Gaza as a clear violation of international law. Urgently calling for an end to hostilities, she questioned the international community's silence in the face of Israel's relentless aggression, emphasizing the urgent need for action to stop the violence. Sheikha Moza brought attention to the tragic reality of Gaza in a moving statement stating, "A child dies in Gaza every 10 minutes. This implies that 18 more children will have died by the end of this session." This concerning figure highlighted the gravity of the situation and the high human cost of the situation. Furthermore, she used the term Ummah to highlight Gaza's relevance and elevated it as a symbol of dignity for the larger Muslim community. Moza's extensive speech not only clarified the difficult circumstances that Gazans endure, but also urged compassion, understanding, and unity in the face of hardship. On October 8, 2023, the Qatari Queen's mother uploaded a photograph on Instagram that exemplified this complexity. The photo showed a Palestinian amidst debris with the inscription, "O Allah, we entrust Palestine to you." Since then, her Instagram account has been dedicated to spreading Palestinians' messages. She has spoken out 28 times since the conflict began, drawing emotional representations of Gaza's difficulties and ceaselessly shining light on the tragic toll on innocent children. During a past speech at WISE, Sheikha Moza raised concerns about the use of artificial intelligence to distort truths about Israeli violence against Palestinians. This highlights Qatar's empathy for the Palestinian cause and Sheikha Moza's ongoing dedication to advocating for Gaza and the wider Palestinian struggle, which subtly reinforces Qatar's perspective on the global stage. Sheikha Moza courageously challenges the immediate backlash faced by those questioning Israeli narratives, opposing the flawed idea that Semitism is solely linked to Jews. Sheikha Moza shared this poignant excerpt on her Instagram. "Everything we do is dedicated to the people of Gaza, yet it falls short of what they truly deserve." She underscored the vital need for increased international pressure, emphasizing that hospitals and schools should never be targeted in such attacks. And did you know that Sheikha Moza submitted her resignation over her 2-decade term with UNESCO in November 2023? Her resignation came as she expressed a deep disappointment in UNESCO's failure to speak out as students became targets and schools were razed in Gaza, an important contradiction to the organization's fundamental principles. Over the past months, it's been evident that the cause of Palestine is deeply ingrained in Sheikha Moza bint Nasser's heart, evident through her consistent advocacy and actions in support of the Palestinian people. Given her unwavering dedication, one might wonder if it's reasonable to expect her to take further steps to secure the release of hostages in Gaza. But a new campaign has emerged, and it is led by some activists called ItsInYourHands. The campaign is stirring up attention, shining a spotlight on Sheikha Moza, and calling for more action to set the hostages held by Hamas free. Their latest move? A huge billboard in Times Square, grabbing everyone's attention to this pressing issue. The billboard featured Sheikha Moza standing alongside a young Israeli hostage, conveying the message, "It's in your hands," and "Release the hostages." This organization maintains a webpage named Unveiling Sheikha Moza's Double Standards to force her to take accountability for the hostages in Gaza. She has been a vocal advocate for Palestinians, echoing her support numerous times in recent months, but renowned for her dedication to humanitarian efforts, including education and women's rights, she has often stood up for those in need. Yet, her silence regarding the plight of hostages in Gaza is conspicuous. Among them are 8 Americans, their freedom hanging in the balance. Given her immense resources and connections, many people question why she hasn't stepped in to help secure the release of these people. As Qatar's most powerful figurehead today, she has a moral obligation to tackle these challenges head-on and advocate for the captives' release. ItsInYourHands aims at exposing Sheikha Moza's double standards, as they say, and are demanding that she is held accountable for her inaction. It implores people to sign a petition, rallying for the liberation of hostages and averting future tragedies. But is it really Sheikha Moza's role to act for the release of the hostages? Just days ago, Kathy Gifford posted a video imploring Sheikha Moza to use her influence more aggressively in the fight to liberate the hostages. This surprising twist adds another dimension of intrigue to an already complex situation. Yet, despite suffering significant criticism, she remains steadfast in her support for Gaza, bravely standing up for the truth. Would you have done anything differently if you were in her shoes? And what exactly do we mean by double standards? Essentially, it involves using different criteria or rules for similar circumstances or individuals, often without fairness. It indicates inconsistency or hypocrisy in how someone judges or acts. Considering this definition, is ItsInYourHands right to accuse her of double standards? Let's confront reality. Amidst the talk of releasing hostages, there is a deafening silence about Palestinians' captives. Should Sheikha Moza really ignore how Israel's activities are snatching children's innocence and breaking apart the fabric of family for the release of hostages? Amidst the complexities of conflicts like the one in Palestine, the principle that every life holds immense value rings louder than ever. Yet, as we extend our hands to aid Palestinians in their struggle, a critical question emerges. How do we strike a balance when hostages' lives hang in the balance? Releasing hostages may seem like a concession that could hinder efforts to support a ceasefire, but it's a nuanced issue that demands attention. Despite the geopolitical complexity, Sheikha Moza remains firm in her beliefs. Is ItsInYourHands' statement about Sheikha Moza's crossing a line? Would you sign the petition if you could? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And don't forget to show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Until next time, stay tuned for more captivating content.